What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Busy Life Podcast. My name is Julie, and oh my goodness, we've got a great episode for you guys today. Today, we are talking about rest and recovery, a topic that for a very long time I thought was a bunch of baloney. So, let me give you a little bit of a backstory on myself, my personal story, and then we're going to get into some research and some facts on why you need to be prioritizing rest and recovery. And unfortunately, some of the dangerous things that could be happening if and when you don't. So let's start with my story. You guys know that I'm a personal trainer. I love exercise. I could go on and on and on about the benefits of exercise and how it changed my life. But for a while, I thought that rest was for the weak. I thought that you needed to be working out every single day. I thought you needed to be sweating super hardcore. I thought that if you didn't leave the gym with like boob sweat and butt sweat and all the sweat everywhere, that you didn't do a good enough workout. And I thought that taking a rest day was only, because you were maybe just didn't feel like it. Like maybe you didn't have the motivation or you weren't determined. And I was so wrong. And now this is coming from somebody who, like I said, I prioritize exercise. I exercise very regularly. I have now for the past 7 years. And at this point that I'm talking about in my life, this was maybe, I'm trying to think of the year. I think like 2018, 2018, I would say it was when I was going through this phase in my life. And essentially, I was doing hardcore strength training 6 days a week. And I only took one rest day because I did not want to be weak. I wanted to have the hardest abs and be the most ripped that I could have been. And I just didn't realize that that's just not how you do it. And you would think that, but Julie, you're a personal trainer. Well, at this point in time, I was not. I was following a program that I loved, but I was doing all of the optional workouts too. Anytime the program had me or like suggested that you should do something, I did it right away. It's exhausting to talk about because I'm telling you guys, I had no rest and I have insomnia. I have anxiety and I have insomnia. Not clinically diagnosed, but I basically have diagnosed myself with insomnia. And when my anxiety is really bad, I can't sleep. So, flashback to even my first year teaching when I'm not sleeping, I'm exercising all the time, and I was just getting to be so skinny to the point that like you could have like snapped my collarbone. I did not have anorexia. I was never diagnosed with anything like that, but I was very unhealthy mentally and physically. I thought I looked great because, talking about that body image podcast episode I did, I just wanted to be thin. Meanwhile, I had no idea that what was going on inside was all the anxiety wasn't going away. My sleep wasn't good because I am just not resting. I wasn't resting mentally. I wasn't resting physically. And I keep thinking back to it. It just made me think that I was weak. And that's just not it. Rest is so, so important for us. And it's a necessary part of life. I mean, as adults, we should be getting about 8 hours of sleep. And I know you've heard that before, but that's because you need it. You need adequate sleep in order to be ready for the next day. So let's flash forward a little bit. So let's go to about let's do 2020 when the pandemic hit. I have not, was now in a better point in time. I was definitely resting a little bit more, not being afraid to take some rest days if I needed to, but I didn't like it. It didn't do wonders for my anxiety, that's for sure. But I wasn't afraid like I used to be. And at this point, too, I also don't have access to a real gym. So I'm just working out. Not, I shouldn't call it a real gym. A home gym is totally a real gym. In my mind at the time, my home gym was not a real gym. And again, anxiety is high. We have all this unknown because of the global pandemic. And still have the anxiety, still have the insomnia. And now I'm gaining weight because I'm stressed. So more stress, less sleep, more weight gain, which then leads to more stress, less sleep, more weight gain. And it was a vicious, vicious cycle. I then decide to take my mind off of everything and sign up for grad school. You know, I'm in grad school, I'm working two jobs, and this cycle of stress, no sleep, weight gain, stress, no sleep, weight gain just continues and continues and continues. A very dangerous cycle to be in and not a healthy one that I recommend at all. Again, you guys, I will say this in every single episode. I am not a doctor, therapist, psychiatrist, licensed professional in any way, shape, or form to be telling you what you should and shouldn't do, except for when it comes to exercise. I am a certified personal trainer, nutrition coach, and women's health and fitness specialist. But when I say don't do this, it's just because it's really not recommended. And the research shows that you need to be resting and really not doing the things that I did. So grad school was about 3 years. I worked, I think I worked two jobs for about 3 years as well. It was just like this 3 year period of my life. I would say from 2020 to honestly the beginning of 2023, my life was just so different. And it was so stressful. And I just wasn't resting. Everyone would tell me, "Oh, it's hard to hang out with you because, you've had no breaks. Oh, it's hard to see you because you've had no breaks. You look so tired. Gosh, you work so hard." Da, 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 da. And I mean, thinking back on it now, yeah, I was busting my ass. I am so proud of that girl. She got me here, and I've learned so much from that point of my life, but I would not do that again. That was too much. No time for myself. And I mean, in the end, no rest, right? No rest at all. Flash forward to then, I got engaged. So, among all of that, two jobs, grad school, and engaged, rest was non existent. I'm upset because here again, at this point, I'm not losing weight. I'm working so hard on my mind, my body, but I'm like, what is going on? Why isn't this working? Well, I'll tell you what wasn't working. I wasn't resting. Guys, something that I don't think a lot of people understand is that when you exercise, you are tearing your muscles apart so that you can then rest and regrow them bigger and stronger. Rest is a necessary part of life, not just for working out. And I'm going to repeat myself a lot in this episode, but that's because I want you to understand how necessary it is. I wasn't seeing any progress because I wasn't allowing my body the time it needed to progress. And I didn't realize that. I was like, but I'm working out. I'm doing everything every day that I need to be doing. I'm checking off all the boxes. I'm doing the things I'm supposed to be doing. But I wasn't. I wasn't resting. So in January of 2023, I said goodbye to my gym job only because of stress. The job itself was not stressful. I absolutely love being a personal trainer. I had the best clients. My colleagues were amazing. I still work out at my gym because I love that environment so much. I love the people there so much. But there was just too much on my plate. And like I said, I had the wedding coming up. I was finishing up grad school, and life was just too stressful. Actually, I finished up grad school in 2022. So that was last summer that I finished grad school. And it felt like, okay, well, now that I finished grad school, I should be able to do both. No. Even now, not having the gym job, not doing grad school, and just doing my regular teaching job, doing this podcast, it's such a shift. Thinking back to those time periods, those 3 years where I was just, gosh, basically killing myself, essentially, for lack of better words, it amazes me. I go to therapy, and you guys know that I have a therapist. I openly talk about having a therapist and how much it has worked for me. And so many times I'll tell her, I feel like I should be doing this and I feel like I should be doing that. And she's like, no, You are stuck in this trauma cycle where you told yourself for 3 years that you don't need to rest and you don't need to take the time to recover because, again, it's quote, quote, for the weak. And I was just so wrong. I finally have seen progress where I've been dying to see it. And there's been so many more doors that have opened for me because I finally took the time to stop and let my body rest. Now, for those of you who did not run on a 24/7 roller coaster like that, I'm sure you have your own roller coasters that you guys feel like you're riding every day. I get text and messages all the time about my mom friends who are constantly exhausted and they don't feel like they have time for themselves, or my teacher friends who constantly think about their students and have things they need to be grading and they feel like by the time they come home they have no time for their kids. I get it. No matter what your profession is, no matter what you're going through, no matter what you do for a living or what your life is like, we all have heavy plates and they can be really hard to carry. So, this is why you need to rest. Another thing, too, after my wedding, I think I finally just crashed because I was so sick on my honeymoon. When you don't rest, your poor immune system can't function properly. So many things can't function properly, and we're going to talk about those too. I got so sick, you guys. And it was just a virus, but it lasted for 3 weeks. And I have never had a nasty cold like that. That was an ear infection and the worst sore throat and headaches and everything for 3 weeks. It sucked so much. And it ruined my honeymoon. And my husband and I ended up leaving early because we were both sick. But I really think it was because my poor body didn't have time to relax. And it's just amazing to me that I was able to do all of those things and function the way that I did. But I really was surviving, not thriving. So that's my backstory. And that's why I know and I've lived through this experience where you need to be resting. It is just flat out, that's it. You need your rest. So let's talk about some of the benefits of resting and why it is so damn important for you guys. First of all, we need to be resting because when we rest, we are improving our oxygen flow to our organs. We're relaxing our muscles. We're going to increase our quality of sleep, which is then going to help us rebuild muscle. It helps us with mental clarity. It helps you solve problems. I mean, literally, these are things I'm listing off the top of my head. But it's not just about those things, too. You guys get to relax your brain. It's good. Oh my gosh. I forgot even your hormones too. When you rest, you are helping out your hormones too. And your hormones and your gut bacteria literally control everything. So, something I learned from Dr. Amy Shah is your vagus nerve is the longest nerve in your body. And that nerve connects from your brain to your gut. And your gut talks to your brain 90% more of the time than your brain talks to your gut. So, for example, if you're hungry, it's your gut talking to your brain instead of vice versa, where you're like, okay, I think I'm full, which also leads to overeating. But the same thing comes from stress. Your gut, when it's totally imbalanced, is sending the wrong messages to the brain, which can then, like I said, lead to overeating. It can lead to leaky gut. It can lead to weight gain, just quite literally from stress, which is what I had. And it's quite literally a recipe for disaster. So, the I mean, it's just mind blowing the amount of benefits that rest has for our body. And I know a lot of you guys are like, well, I don't really know what to do. I mean, I don't have time, da 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 da. But I want you to hear this list of some more benefits that I thought of too. Chronic pain relief gets decreased by 80% when you prioritize rest. You have decreased blood pressure. improved immune health, which I did not have during that time in my life, improved mood. Nobody wants to be around a grouchy bitch. Okay, I get it though, but you need your sleep. Reduce stress and anxiety. I laugh because that is not what I had. I had highly increased stress and anxiety, all due to the fact that I was not resting, and a stronger cardiovascular system. Guys, I used to be so, I mean, I don't even know how to explain it, but like so in shape at one point in time when it came to my cardiovascular health. And I'm still rebuilding that because of the damage that I put my body through during those 3 years. So now that you understand quite literally only some, that is only some of the benefits, here's what you can do about it. Y'all know that's my slogan. What are you going to do about it? We are a doing podcast, not just a listening podcast. I want you to genuinely take 10 minutes of your time, and I want you to pick one of the following things. And I want you to message me, let me know what you chose and why you did it and how you felt. Here's one thing you can do. I want you to get a massage. And I'm not saying you need to go to, I mean, if you want, you can go get a expensive deep tissue massage. Let's go for it. I've only ever had 2 of those done in my entire life. But like, I want you to just turn to your partner or turn to somebody and be like, I just need you to rub my shoulders and rub my back for me. I am in a lot of pain. I'm exhausted, whatever. Hopefully they understand. And I'm laughing when I say that because I know that that's kind of funny. And if you have a husband like mine or a partner like mine, they don't do a very good job of it. Sorry, Ryan. I love you. But damn, I'm like, come on, you can go a little bit further or get one of those massage guns. But I say that not just to make you laugh. Hopefully I did. But because, like I said, it will improve oxygen flow to your organs. It'll help you lengthen your muscles, which will help them recover. It relieves pain and it helps you sleep. If you exercise, I know sometimes you'll leave the gym and you're like, oh my God, leg day. That was so, I'm so sore. My legs hurt. Get a massage gun and massage your legs. Come on, let's do it. Another thing that you guys can be doing, and this one is a little bit more easier than a massage. I laughed when I put that on my list, but I'm so serious about it. Another thing you can do is deep breathing. And I actually learned this as well, that deep breathing is not effective after just a couple minutes. I mean, not that it isn't effective, but if you really want the effects, because I'm not going to pretend that a couple minutes doesn't help. A couple minutes helps me so much after I do, like after I'm having like a panic attack, after a couple minutes, I just feel like I can breathe again with just a couple minutes of deep breathing. But we're talking 10 minutes, guys. You can find 10 minutes. And if you need help, then you need to reach out for help. You need to say, hey, to your spouse, to your partner, to your family, I need 10 minutes. Can you please give me 10 minutes? 10 minutes is nothing. And they got to give it to you. I want you to try deep breathing. Kelsey Wells taught us to put our hands on our heart and our other hand on our stomach and to quite literally feel our breath going in and out of our stomach when we were in Mexico. And it made a world of a difference. Deep breathing can help decrease your risk for disease and help lower your cortisol levels. Remember, we talked about hormones? That's your stress hormone. You don't want that to get too high. It's a good thing for it to get high during stressful events. It shows that you're feeling the stress emotion and that it's working. But if it's high 24/7, that can lead to some serious complications, which I'm going to also talk about after this, because I don't want you guys to just pretend that this is no big deal and write this off as a bunch of baloney, because it's not. It is serious. And if you want to be around for a long period of time, then you will take this seriously. So another thing you can do is meditation. Deep breathing for me usually then leads to meditation, because that can help treat and prevent various diseases by relaxing the body. Practicing meditation relaxes the body, and it is best friends with deep breathing. And when you do those two things together, and you also don't have to let your mind like go totally blank. Let it think about what's on your mind and let it go. let your body let the thoughts go. It will again help decrease the cortisol levels and help you be present and remind you, why are you working so damn hard? What is your goal? What are you doing? And help you become aware of what's really going on. Is it working? What's it doing for you? I wish I had done that. Thinking, just even if I was in those 3 years again, if I could go talk to myself, I would tell myself, "Hey, is this really working for you? Do you really see any progress here? And if you do, what are you giving up so that you can have this progress?" Because if I had asked myself that question, I wouldn't have realized how much I was giving up. And I probably would have changed things sooner. But I know that I had to go through that to make it here and to be able to tell you guys all about this and to be able to grow the way that I have. So I'm not saying you can change the past, and I'm not saying you can, I don't want you to regret things that you've done, but I want you to now educate yourself and move forward and make better choices. And I know also a lot of people think that meditation is a bunch of, again, I hate reading things online that are like, oh no, it doesn't really work for me. Just try it. Because have you actually tried it the right way where you give yourself, like I said, 10 minutes? You would be amazed. Another thing that goes very well with the deep breathing and the meditation is some gentle yoga. And I'm not saying going into like a pretzel or you're moving all around. I'm saying like gentle stretching with deep breathing. So you move according to the breath. That works wonders for your body. Also, soak in a hot tub if you can. That can help reduce muscle injury and inflammation. Or if you have a sauna, I know our gym has a hot tub and a sauna. I have not been using them recently only because it's summer and I've been outside a lot. And when I get too hot, I get pretty sick. But during the winter months, oh, for sure, I am in the hot tub or in the sauna after my workout at least 3 times a week. That does, again, wonders, 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 wonders for your body. Another thing that you can do for 10 minutes, you guessed it, my absolute favorite thing, go for a walk. Going for a walk boosts levels of serotonin and can help strengthen your muscles and your bones. And when you increase serotonin, which is like one of your happy hormones, it helps decrease the cortisol, which you guys then know the cycle continues on the benefits for your body. You also can quite literally just sit on your couch for about 10 minutes. Just take a break or paint your nails or go sit outside. You don't even have to walk. Just sit outside, put the phone down, get some fresh air. Call a friend, have a good laugh to release your endorphins and re energize your brain. I mean, the list literally goes on, you guys. The amount of benefits that come from rest are never ending. What's scary is the things that happen when you don't prioritize rest, especially when you have a sleep deficiency. Sleep deficiency is linked to many chronic health problems like heart disease, kidney disease, high blood pressure, diabetes, stroke, obesity, anxiety, depression, higher chances of injury. I mean, again, that list goes on too. And I think some of the things that I went through at that point in time were major red flags that I didn't understand and I wasn't aware of because, again, I was scared of failure. I was afraid that I would look weak or that I wasn't going to have enough money or this or that or this or that. But my well being was so unstable. So today is Friday. All the episodes now come out on Fridays or whatever day it is that you're listening to this episode. Maybe you're listening to it on a different day. But I have a job for you. I want you to think about the things that we talked about today. And I want you to pick one. And I want you to do something about your rest and your recovery this weekend. Another thing, oh my gosh, I can't believe I forgot this either. My brain is literally fired up for this episode, and I apologize if I've seemed kind of all over the place, but I am so passionate about this now that I've educated myself. Foam rolling. If you, that's also called self myofascial release. If you exercise and you again don't have I was supposed to say this with the massage comment. If you don't have a massage gun or nobody to give you a massage, again, totally fine. Get a foam roller and roll out your muscles. That does wonders and hurts like shit. But it's the best thing ever because you will feel amazing afterwards. But what I was saying is I genuinely want you to pick something and do at least one thing for yourself and for your body and for your mind this weekend or today or this week. I don't care what day it is that you're listening to this. I don't care if the weekend is tomorrow or if it's in another 5 days. Rest needs to be prioritized daily. Good quality sleep is important. Phones away after a certain hour, and you need to be in a dark, cool room in order to genuinely help your body relax. Also, we need to be going to bed around the same time. I know everybody thinks, oh, it's the weekend, I can stay up and sleep in. That's actually not good. If you go to bed every night around 10 o'clock, I really recommend you do it on the weekends too. Keeping your circadian rhythm in its rhythm is crucial for quality rest. Rest leads to weight loss, feeling better. Again, I mean, guys, this list literally goes on, and these are all from books that I've read from various medical professionals and people who are spreading the word about rest because we live in a world where we are go, 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 and you don't get to rest. But that's because society is telling you that you need to be doing more. And what we should be telling people is the opposite. You need to do less. So let's fast forward to Julie now. What does my workout routine look like now? Now I lift weights 4 days a week and I go for a walk as often as possible. And 2018 Julie would be shocked, but also so proud because I feel so much better and I've lost weight. Not that that's important unless that, is a safe and healthy goal for you, but it was for me. And I am doing everything the safe way, the right way. And I'm so happy. I'm feeling so much better. Recently, I haven't been getting the best of sleep, but that's because my anxiety has been a little bit higher. That's a story for another day. We just repainted my entire condo, but I feel better now. Going on a little trip. Oh, that's another one. Book like a staycation if you can't go anywhere. Go on a quick little getaway if you want to. Do things that bring your mind and body back down to earth. But like I said, I haven't really been sleeping amazing this week, but that's because I've had a lot on my mind and I'm fully aware of that and I'm prioritizing it. So instead of going to the gym and making myself totally overwork out and, deprive myself of food because I just want to be thin, I'm going to eat right. I'm going to move my body and I'm going to rest. Guys, it's so simple and yet we complicate it so much. And in the end, it's really about listening to your body. I woke up yesterday and I was exhausted. So instead of forcing myself to work out, I just rested. And it was the best. And then today, same thing. My body is so sore from painting my entire condo. Shout out to my family for all the help. Thank you. But again, instead of pushing and making myself do something that I knew was not a good idea, I'm resting. And then after today, I'm going to hit the gym tomorrow and I'm going to feel amazing because I gave my body the rest. And I know it comes with a determination factor, oh, but if I'm resting, then I'm going to get off my schedule. Life is going to throw you off so many times. And I talked about this on my health and fitness account. If you are doing a challenge, like for example, I'm in the middle of the sweat challenge with so many other women, and it says that you need to be doing full body on Friday and legs on Monday and this on this day and this on that day, but you can't because you genuinely can't or you shouldn't, don't. Pick another day and make sure you get it done. Those are two different things. Not being able to do something because you need to rest is fine. It's actually way better that you just rested than if you forced yourself to do it, because then you're more likely to injure yourself. You're more likely to feel like crap actually afterwards, which is not what you want to feel like after you work out. It is so much more beneficial and so much more important for you to listen to your body rather than listen to what this piece of paper says. So, with that being said, again, I'm going to leave you guys with all of those amazing ideas that I kind of just threw at you. Sorry for the instability with this episode, but it really means a lot to me that you guys have been showing up for me and listening to all my episodes. Please don't forget to rate them, share them with your friends, and let me know what you think. Again, I appreciate you guys so much, and I will see you back next time. Don't forget to rest and let me know how it goes.